everyone, and welcome to Ken Sundstrom Field at the Cardinal Sports Complex for CTN's live coverage of high school baseball. A beautiful Saturday afternoon as the Cardinals host the Edina Hornets. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and Howie, you couldn't have asked for nicer weather for the home opener.
Yeah, you really couldn't. It is beautiful, and they were talking about maybe temperatures a little bit cooler today, but it's nice. We're sitting in the open sunshine, and what better day than to sit out and watch a ball game.
Well, and we saw the Cardinals on the road at Centennial on Thursday afternoon and had a 5-1 lead in the late innings, but ended up losing in 8. This time, an Edina club that's already played 5 games and scored 4 wins in those 5 games. So a team coming in playing pretty well.
Yeah, they are 4-1. They've scored double-digit runs in 2 of their 4 wins, an 11-1 win over Chanhassen, and just coming off yesterday a 10-5 win over Hopkins. So they're coming in here, and this is, this is obviously a non-conference game for them and for the Cardinals, but, it tests you because Edina always puts together a good club.
Well, and both of these teams, of course, trying to fit in as much baseball as they can before we get to the postseason because of the 2 to 3 week delay in the season opening because of our weather. You wouldn't be able to tell by looking at the weather here today, but we are going to get this one underway in just a few moments. We'll take a short break, be back with the first pitch after this. You're watching live high school baseball on CTN.
Looking for remodeling ideas and inspiration for your home? Don't miss the Coon Rapids Home Remodeling Tour on Sunday, May 20th. See amazing remodeling transformations. Plus, learn about the Home for Generations 2 program, a program that pays Coon Rapids residents to remodel their homes. The Coon Rapids Home Remodeling Tour, Sunday, May 20th, from noon to 4 p.m. Address information online at coonrapidsmn.gov.
Did you know that fluorescent bulbs like this must be recycled? These energy-saving bulbs are becoming the norm in the marketplace, but many people don't know they contain mercury, a toxic chemical that can seep into the air if the bulb is broken. All of these bulbs must be recycled, and it's easy to drop them off at the Coon Rapids Recycling Center. Local retailers will often recycle these bulbs as well, but no matter what, do not throw them away. They are considered a hazardous material to our environment. Recycling, made easy for you, right here in Coon Rapids.
Back at the ballpark, just about ready to get this one underway. Cardinals and the Hornets. Edina, as you mentioned, a pretty powerful offense, and they will get the opportunity to try and jump to the early lead. There's a look at their batting order. Leading off is left fielder Matthew Enck. Charlie Fischer behind him. Carter Theus in the 3 spot with Matthew Nunn hitting cleanup. Drew Schmidt is hitting 5th. Cam Schmidt right behind him. Andrew Enck in the number 7 spot with Jonathan Bunce and Jay Chakrek rounding out the order for the Hornets.
Now, throwing for the Cardinals today, Joe, is Logan Severson. He was supposed to start on Thursday against Centennial, but didn't feel well, getting his first action of the season here against Edina, and it's going to be a good test for him to see where he is. We talked about non-conference action, and it's certainly they want to win those conference games, things that mean something later on in the year, but tests you where you are early in the season against a pretty good Hornet club.
Well, and I talked to his dad a little bit before the game. He said he was incredibly bummed to miss the action on Thursday, but very excited about the opportunity before him here today in the home opener.
Yeah, I can't think of too many better places to be than right here, Ken Sundstrom Field, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, watching this Cardinal club take on Edina.
Here's a look at the defense for the Cardinals. Adam Offerdahl in left, Braden Farley in center. Sophomore Ryan Garlick getting the call up to play in right field. Caleb Ness and Logan Rothstein on the right side of the infield. Jackson Bates at short. Nick Lackinen at third. And the catcher is Kirby Peary. And the first pitch, fastball called for a strike. That one misses outside and evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, nice to start in the count with your first strike. And again, this is a ball club in Edina that's, as you talked about, playing really well. Enck hitting .375 as he steps to the plate.
Trying to tempt him with something just off the outside edge and low. Enck not offering and gets ahead in the count 2-1. Comes back with a fastball but misses high. And now a hitter's count for Enck. He can be picky at 3-1. Watches the belt high strike and the count is full.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do here. And then, you know, you're in a little bit different position at 3-2 than at 3-1. And you certainly don't want to lose him, but you don't want to give him anything that he can drive as well.
Called
nice pitch.
Strike at the knees. Good fastball. Enck was ready to toss the bat and trot to first. Instead, he takes the slow walk back to the dugout.
Charlie Fischer hitting .286 as he steps to the plate, and really a nice way for Logan Severson to start his season and strike out the leadoff hitter for the Hornets.
Nice looking off-speed offering from Severson. Starts Fischer out 0-1. That first pitch strike's such a key to being effective on the mound. Fastball's in there as well, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and he's just, you know, needing to feel comfortable on the mound there. You can see him, it's still early obviously in this game, but feeling a little more comfortable with his pitch selection.
And a three-pitch strikeout. Back-to-back Ks, both looking. Fischer took a while before leaving the batter's box. He went off-speed, fastball off-speed, and there you saw it just clipping that outside corner low. And now Thies comes up with 2 away, nobody on. Fastball just missing outside.
He's hitting .214 as he steps to the plate for the Hornets. Who've had 5, as you talked about, 5 games under their belt so far.
Big swinging strike out in front of the off-speed pitch. And it's 1-1. It's where the change of pace comes in so big, and that was a good-looking pitch from Logan Severson. One misses low, skips beneath Peary, and
when you look at
2-1.
You talk about the difference in territory behind home plate to the back of the fence here at Ken Sundstrom versus at Centennial High School, where we were at Thursday. Not a lot of space, so we'll see how, if balls to get past the catcher come into play today.
Fastball right there. And it evens the count 2-2. Breaking pitch stays outside, and the count goes full.
I like the thought on that pitch. Just couldn't find the zone, but again, after coming back to that fastball.
And then a fastball misses high. And after a couple of strikeouts, a walk puts Thies aboard and keeps this inning alive for Edina.
Well, Matthew Nunn is stepping to the plate. It's been hot so far this season for the Hornets. He's batting .444. He's got 9 at-bats. 4 of those at-bats have been hits.
Pretty solid average
yep.
to start the season.
Yep.
That's what you want from your cleanup guy. High and outside, 1-0.
We're just trying to see if they can get something a little going here with 2 away.
Ooh, that one didn't miss by much.
It did not. Heard a little bit of a groan from the Coon Rapids faithful over here to our left.
Peary holding the pitch for a while and see if maybe the umpire might change his mind. Not going to happen. It's 2-0. Runner is off. Pitch is outside. The throw is not in time. A stolen base for Thies. And now a 3-0 count to Matthew Nunn.
Yeah, he got a good jump on that pitch, and that throw by Peary was high. Bates had to go up for that one a little bit, but he did get a good jump. He wasn't. They weren't going to catch him.
No, and I watched Peary in warm-ups. His throwdown is pretty good.
It's very good.
But yeah, a great jump, even a great throw, I don't think would have gotten Thies. The 3-0 pitch is in there. Nunn taking all the way.
Again, with 2 away, you just Severson just can't get himself too concerned with the runner over at the bag at second. Just worry about that hitter at the plate. Get out of this inning.
That one misses low, ball 4. Starts with back-to-back strikeouts, follows with back-to-back walks. And that'll bring in left fielder Drew Schmidt to the plate.
Schmidt also hitting .444, 9 at bats, 4 base hits.
Schmidt fouls back to first pitch, out of play, 0-1.
We have a pinch runner over at first base, that the Aiden Surik.
Fastball inside, 1-1. You were right the first time. He's a courtesy runner. It's early in the season. We'll get our lingo.
Yes, we will.
Down eventually.
Hopefully by the end of next week.
Or a month.
Or a year.
I don't want to put too much pressure on you. Pitch up and in. It's 2-1.
He wants to try and keep something in the zone. See if he can hit something on the ground here. Diamond's trying to make the Cardinals pay with that 2-out walk.
Misses low again, 3-1. Inside, ball 4. And they're all loaded up.
After those first 2 batters just can't find the zone, as head coach Matt Mossie's going to take a trip out to the mound to talk to Logan Severson, settle him down a little bit here with bases loaded and 2 away. And your Hornet base runners are over talking to Carter Freeman, the head coach for the Edina Hornets. You know, we're live today, Joe, if you didn't know that.
I heard.
Yeah,
said.
That was the rumor, and it was confirmed. We are live for an afternoon game, which is very nice.
Yeah, the pitch count climbing early for Severson as well after a great start. 3-pitch strikeout to the second batter of the afternoon. 3 straight walks.
Where, you know, our boss, Eric Strouse, is just off to our left watching the game on his phone. And I think he's listening to it. I think it's Rays time, so that he's critiquing what we do, so we better be on our game.
Raises?
Yeah. Last year I got a bag of carrots. That was wonderful.
Well, that pitch nowhere close to start Cam Schmidt. 1-0. And that was kind of the Cardinals' undoing on Thursday. In the game we saw against Centennial was too many walks, a couple of hit batters.
And Logan started off with the first 2 batters, pretty good control. And
there's a called strike. They'll throw down behind the runner at first. Got away from Ness. He'll come home. Peary got him. That's how you get out of a jam. Nice play by Caleb Ness. Got kind of crossed up, but still from his knees able to throw home. And I think the umpire ruled that that Peary got him on the initial jump right there, got him on the foot. Didn't rule the out until afterward. Another look at it. It does look like he got a foot.
Like it just got him, but he got him again anyway, just to make sure.
Either way, that's a big out. Get him out of a big jam. And we'll take a break and be back with the Cardinals at the plate in the bottom of the first after this.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Back at the ballpark, and Edina getting maybe a little bit too aggressive, cost themselves the final out after loading the bases with 3 straight 2-out walks. And just a great play by Caleb Ness.
Yes, it was.
You know, he got crossed up a little bit with the runner, Drew Schmidt, trying to get back to the base, but able to recover and throw from his knees. And Kirby Peary doing a nice job of staying with it.
Yep.
Got the tag on the foot as the runner tried to jump over.
You know, and Caleb did a nice job of digging some balls out of the dirt on Thursday. So he's off to a nice start defensively.
Be going to Minot to play some football in the fall. Wasn't sure he was going to play baseball this year, but thankfully he decided to join the club because he's a pretty important piece for the Cardinals.
He is.
Kirby Peary leading things off. Jackson Bates will follow. Nick Lockinen in the 3 spot with the designated hitter Bryce Peterson hitting cleanup. Braden Farley, Caleb Ness, Ryan Garlick, Adam Offerdahl, and Logan Ratzine routing out the order for the Cardinals in their home opener.
Pierre hit a $1.25 as he steps to the plate, trying to straighten that one out.
A hook foul. And
pitching for Edina, Richie Holtz, it's his second action. He's pitched in 1 game this year. Guy has himself a win and yet to give up an earned run. A little more deliberate on the mound, works a little slower, at least with people with runners off base.
Peary able to hold off on that. They check and did not go. Pitch down and away. Misses outside, and the count is even 2-2.
Good patience there. Watch that pitch go by.
This one hit back up the middle to his left is Andrew Enck. Fields throws in the dirt, but good scoop there by Cam Schmidt to record out number 1.
Yeah, you got that left-handed batter running down the line, and they hurried that throw. And you mentioned that Cam Schmidt doing a good job over the bag at first, making sure he dug that one out. Jackson Bates, the leading hitter for this ball club, hitting .500.
Also leading the team in walks, I believe, was 6 through 2 games.
You are correct, 6 through 2 games. Always on top of it, Joe Young.
Well, it's almost like I was there on Thursday.
Yeah, and then plus we knew he had 4 of them in the morning, so it was good Minneapolis math.
Every once in a while. Swung at a pitch on the inside corner low, and looks at one in the outside corner low, and that gets Holtz ahead in the count, 1-2. And a called third strike for out number 2.
Jackson shook his head like he didn't agree, but
rarely do batters agree when they're punched out. Does look like Matthew Nunn reached a bit to his left or to his right to get that ball, but locking in half swing, strike 1.
Nick hitting 286 as he steps to the plate. He has a couple of base hits, a couple of singles on the season.
Called strike 1-2.
Looked a little bit like he held up on that one. Thought about it.
Reaches out and flares that one foul out of play. Protecting the plate, trying to find something he can drive. Another 1-2 pitch. This one hit well toward center, and sliding is Fischer, but he can't come up with it. Locking him around, but will stay aboard with a 2-out single.
Yeah, fortunately for Nick that he didn't try to make that to second. That wouldn't have been a good course of action. But nice base hit nonetheless with a couple of outs.
Another look at it. Fastball out over the plate. Able to pull it just a bit. Fischer, a sliding attempt, but can't make the play. You know, talking to Coach Mossy after the game on Thursday, and talked about, you know, locking in. He's not slow, but he's not the fastest guy in the roster, but stole effectively in that game against Centennial. And Coach Mossy said, you know what? He's one of the smartest base runners on this ball club.
That's good praise coming from Matt Mossy. He was a good base runner himself.
This one spun and should drop in front of left fielder Drew Schmidt. Back-to-back 2-out hits. Peterson bloops it into left field for a single.
When Peterson needed that as a designated hitter on a lot of evenings, a lot of days, yeah, he's just was hitting 143 as he stepped to the plate. So an opportunity now for another base hit for him, and bring up Braden Farley, who's having a nice season, hitting 375.
Look at the defense for the Edina Hornets. Drew Schmidt, Charlie Fischer, and Jay Chakrek out in the outfield. Cam Schmidt at first, Andrew Enck at second. Carter Theus is the third base minder, and Matthew Enck is at short. Matthew Nunn behind the plate for Richie Holitz. Holitz fires in a strike. 0-1 to Farley. One misses low, and the count is even at 1-1.
Farley comes in. We talked about hitting .375, 3 hits and 8 at bats, all singles. In fact, I don't think the Cardinals have any extra base hits so far this season.
Talked to his dad and his younger brother a little bit before the game. His younger brother over at Anoka High School, where Dad is the principal. And their team out to a 4-0 start.
Nice
already.
start for them. We'll see if we have the Tornadoes on the schedule later in the season.
Well, we talked a lot about Castle Field. It's such a great park. Off-speed pitch and had to adjust, rolled, and Theus couldn't keep it in his glove. Not sure if they're going to call that a hit or an error, because Theus got there, got the glove on it, and then it just kind of popped back out.
I don't know. I think you call that an error.
I think you do as well. And either way, and they do. They put it up as an error, charge to the third baseman. And it's going to load the bases with 2 away for Caleb Ness.
Oh, Edina tried to make some noise with a 2-out rally in the top of the first, which the Cardinals can do with 2.
Ness fouls back the first pitch, 0-1.
Ness looking for his first hit of the season. Would not better here.
This would be a good spot for it.
Yeah, it would be.
Especially if you could find a lane in the outfield. This one off the hands, back and out of play. Quickly 0-2, right where Holitz wanted to be. This one into short left, and it's going to drop again, blooping it just to the right space. They're going to try and score 2.
He's
but
out.
Tagged out at the plate is Bryce Peterson. It'll be an RBI single. It'll get the Cardinals on the board. And it's 1-0 Coon Rapids after 1.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back at Ken Sundstrom Field, the home run. The home board did say they had a run.
They do. They're rebooting it.
It's just I was going to say the home team puts the first run on the board, and then the lights all went out. And
thought I saw Brian Troush crawling around up on there, but maybe not.
So Cam Schmidt back at the dish. He was there when the third out was recorded at home plate. Looks at a fastball for a strike. It's 1-1.
We talked about how aggressive base running the Cardinals will be, and you saw it there. Unfortunately, they couldn't score that second run, but Coach Mossy sending Peterson on that ball, that looper to left field.
Yeah, a good throw by Drew Schmidt.
Yeah, it was really a good throw.
Really no chance for Peterson to get past Matthew Nunn. Severson misses outside. 3-1 now.
Good eye at the plate there, because that one was definitely something that could have offered at.
Lead-off walk. It's 4 straight batters that Severson has walked after starting with back-to-back strikeouts.
Andrew Enck, the second base minder for the Hornets, batting an even 200 on the season through 5.
Identical twin of shortstop and leadoff hitter Matthew Enck. Good pitch there.
You think they've worked on double play combinations over the years?
They might be in tune with one another.
I would think.
In that middle infield. That down in the dirt, Pierre lost it. And advancing to second on the play is Schmidt.
Well, Schmidt was being aggressive on the base pass, got a quick jump, able to steal that one. That ball down in the dirt, Kirby just not realizing where it was.
Not always easy to keep track of it when it gets down in your equipment like that. Not sure where it skipped away to. Fortunately, not too far. Had it skipped away further and it took him that long to locate it, may have seen Schmidt get it all the way over to third. Good looking off speed pitch, but it stays inside. 2-1. Up and in, 3-1.
Yeah, Severson early on just having trouble finding the zone. Putting himself in situations I know he doesn't want to be in.
Down and in, ball 4. Five straight free bases for the Hornets. Still looking for their first hit of the game. Number 8 hitter, the DH, Jonathan Bunce.
Bunce looking for his first base hit.
And my guess is, by looking at him, size of him, and the fact that he's the DH, that Bunce doesn't bunt very often.
Yeah, probably not.
Although this would be a good spot for a bunt from Bunce. Called strike at the knees. Great scoop by Jackson Bates on a throw that hopped up on him.
Pierre being aggressive behind the plate, trying to get the runner at the bag over at second.
No, worked out for him to end the first inning.
Cam Schmidt having to hustle back to the bag.
Pierre, good, hard-working player. Yes. I know that you know, his hockey coach had great things to say about him during the hockey season, about his work ethic, and then to find out throughout most of the hockey season, he was also getting to out to do baseball training 2 to 3 times a week as well.
Well, that's dedication. That's an athlete who wants to continue to work on a sport during the winter and improve on a sport during the winter as well, that he's going to be playing in the spring.
It probably didn't hurt that his head coach is also, his day job is working at the baseball training facility, pitch to pitch out in Rogers, where Kirby spent much of his time in the winter. This one fouled off. Bunce stays alive at 0-2. I'm sure that never entered into his thought process. Or maybe it did. I'm not sure.
You never know.
Down to the dirt, nice stop by Peary, and they've got the runners hung up. Throw goes to Ratzin, and both runners scramble back to their respective bases.
Yeah, the Hornets are fortunate they didn't record an out there.
A great block by Peary. Got it in the chest protector, deadened it right in front of him. Off-speed pitch, foul, and out of play down the left field line.
He turned on that one.
Bunce just waiting for the breaking pitch, got it and drove it. Unfortunately, didn't steer it to the right spot. Two on, nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Coon Rapids with a 1-0 lead. Got him swinging at the curveball that time, and third strikeout of the ball game for Logan Severson.
Well, and that's a big one, Joe, because, you know, he had those first two early on, and then he'd been building his pitch count up, but that's a big strikeout for him. It brings a little confidence back to him on the mound.
Right fielder Jay Shockrek.
Shockrek looking for his first hit as well.
Swings hard and comes up empty. And Severson getting back to throwing more strikes here over the last couple of batters. Threw 6 pitches to Bunce, 5 of them for strikes. One didn't miss by much, down and in, 1-1.
Yeah, keeping that pitch low, right at the knees on the inside.
Shows bunt, drops it down, it's foul. 1-2.
I like the strategy. You swing away and you don't look like you're going to place the bunt, and a few pitches in, that's when you go to it. Now with 2 strikes, it obviously takes it off the table.
Down in the dirt, another nice block by Peary. And the runners alertly trot back to their bases this time.
Yeah, Kirby's had to be on his game here so far this afternoon as far as digging those pitches out of the dirt and keeping them in front of him.
It's exactly what you want to do. Taking the chest protector, drop it in front of you. Another one in the dirt, and again, a good block by Peary. But now a full count to Chockrek.
A situation where you try not to want to load the bases with the top of the order coming up.
Another one low and another walk. Third of the inning, sixth of the game. 6 walks and 3 strikeouts. First time through the order for Severson.
Up here, he's going to take a walk to the mound and talk to Logan.
Whole infield will meet at the mound. How about the 1-2-3 double play?
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Got to see one on Thursday, unfortunately. Was turned by Centennial. It's one of my favorite double plays.
It's a good one. It's right there at the top.
The 5-2-3 is okay. 1-2-3 is pretty cool. Good pitch there. Starts Enck out 0-1.
Yeah, he just wants to throw strikes obviously here and get that, you know, those walks out of his head. 6 walks here is obviously way too many.
Up and away, 1-1. Fastball hit well toward the gap in left center. It'll split the fielders. Take a weird bounce past Offerdahl. 1 run is in, 2 runs will score. They will hold Chakrek at third. A 2-run double for Matthew Enck gives Edina the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I mean, look at that pitch, right? Perfect pitch for him to hit, and he drove that to left center field. A couple RBI. That has to concern a little head coach Matt Mossy a little bit. Now trailing 2-1, just 1 away. Runners at second, third.
And so now Charlie Fischer, who was punched out on 3 pitches, comes in with 2 in scoring position, only 1 out here. His team now leading 2-1 in the top of the second. Pitch well outside.
Yeah, I think was
it side 2-0
against Centennial. Joe, was it 8 walks as a staff for Coon Rapids last
Sounds
game?
Sounds right.
Yeah,
4 hit batters.
Yeah, and 6 already here.
A lot of walks for the Centennial staff as well. Yep. 3-0. Yep, 8 walks, including a bases-loaded walk-off walk.
Now 7 here today.
Not very often you see the walk-off walk.
I see we have a little action in the bullpen for Coon Rapids, although from this angle I can't see who's throwing.
So everybody on a base. Carter Thies walked and then ended up getting thrown out at home to end the first inning. Takes a pitch for a strike. 7th batter of the inning for Edina.
And Severson again trying to pitch himself out of a jam.
This one hit high to short center. In on it is Farley. He makes the catch. Tagging is Shockrek, but then he'll retreat to third base as Farley was able to get it in quickly.
On a big second out in that situation where it didn't go far enough where you're not going to, excuse me, you're not going to get the runner in from third.
And now Matthew Nunn will dig in. He also walked in the first inning. Pitch is outside, 1-0.
Well, it fell out of my back pocket. Somebody was nice enough to give it to me.
Wasn't me.
No, it would have been $3. Somebody took it, but.
Misses down and away, 2-0. That one clips the corner. 2-1. This one rolled to the left side, scooped up by Bates, takes his time, makes the throw for out number 3, but 4 walks in the inning and a 2-run double puts Edina in the lead 2-1 in the middle of the second inning. Coon Rapids looks to answer when we return on CTN.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
The county hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Beautiful day at the ballpark and a great group of fans out to enjoy the afternoon here at Ken Sundstrom Field.
Yeah, it is a beautiful afternoon for baseball. And Cardinals with a little non-conference action against the Hornets from Edina. Always a good ball club, always a good test to see where you're at. Cardinals just lost the lead, now trailing 2-1 here in the bottom half of the second.
You see the flag out in center field, and it's not terribly windy, but consistent coming in and toward right. Bottom third of the order due up here for the Cardinals. Ryan Garlick, the right fielder. Sophomore getting his first varsity action.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for him and the coaching staff to evaluate each other and see what they can do. Certainly getting good exposure here at the varsity level.
Had the interception returned for a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was mistakenly taken away by the referees in that Hopkins game.
It's a finely called game. What are you talking about?
Ends up going down swinging on a pitch down low.
Adam Offerdahl looking for his first base hit of the year. Made a nice running catch
down and in.
Nice running catch on Thursday and left. Able to get the ball back in, prevent some movement on the base paths by Centennial.
Fastball in there evens it up, and Hollett's not wasting a lot of time here.
No.
Between pitches in the second inning, was taking his time a little bit more in the first.
He was.
To try and get his club back to the dish where they've been able to get a lot of guys on. Offerdahl hits this one weakly towards first. Cam Schmidt bobbled, and that's going to be another error on the Hornets.
Yeah, relatively easy ground ball, just I believe took his eyes off it.
Well, and again, because of the spring we've had, these guys just haven't seen as many ground balls as they would have normally, and just bobbled it and then had trouble getting it back up. And by the time he flipped it to Hollett's covering, it was too late. Offerdahl was there safely. And now number 9 hitter Logan Severson looks at a fastball for a strike.
Logan hitting 250 as he steps to the plate. 4 at bats, base hit.
Pitch outside. Matthew Nunn takes a look down at first. Make sure that Offerdahl's not getting too far off the bag. Love to help his pitcher and his first baseman out by erasing that error. This one popped up back behind first. Schmidt will handle this one easily, and that's out number 2.
Got under that pitch a little bit. Relatively easy one for Cam Schmidt.
Back to the top of the order, Kirby Peary grounded out to second base in his first at bat. Now trying to start a second 2-out rally. He's got a runner at first base in Adam Offerdahl. First pitch, foul, and will get out of play and narrowly miss the CTN truck.
A fair amount of clearance.
Runner is going, pitch is inside, and Offerdahl in easily with the stolen base. Got a great jump.
He really did. Would have been a really good throw just to try and get him, but that one was high. So we talked about how aggressive the Cardinals were on the base pass against Centennial, being so here against the Hornets as well, getting the runner in scoring position.
Oh, he did call that a strike, so it's 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. Peary will send this one foul wide of first.
Peary just trying to keep this inning alive with 2 away. Trying to get something he can lay on the grass and out in the outfield. Score a runner, tie it up.
Oh, it's a good fastball. Even Peary knew it immediately. Gave a look to the sky like I should have swung, but instead it's a punch out. Strike 3, third strikeout of the ball game for Holitz. His team back at the dish with a 2-1 lead to start the third after this.
$145 over 92.
180 over 111.
I had a heart attack, a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from invisible or silent. Get back on your plan, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Did you know you can report problems to the city with your smartphone? Download the Coon Rapids app. The Report It feature allows you to describe the problem, snap a photo, and submit it directly to the city work order system. It's an easy way to report a pothole, broken street light, or other neighborhood concern. No smartphone? Then hop online and report your concern through the city's website. City maintenance problems solved the easy way. Coon Rapids Report It.
Basking in the sun behind home plate.
That's a beautiful, beautiful night. I should say night, still afternoon.
That's getting there.
5 o'clock. Move to the top of the third, Joe Young. So long game so far.
Well, we got started a few minutes late, but a lot of walks.
Yep.
That will slow things down.
That will slow things down. 7 walks for Coon Rapids.
8.
8 walks for Coon Rapids.
No, you're right, 7.
7 walks for Coon Rapids. Brandon Strouse on the mound. The second time we've had the opportunity to see Brandon pitch. Saw him against Centennial. Son of our own Eric Strouse.
First pitch misses wide. He'll face Drew Schmidt to start off. Schmidt drew a walk his first time up back in the first inning.
A tough outing, couple innings for Logan Severson. A lot of pitches. Just didn't seem to have
63 pitches through 2 innings. Yeah. That's a little much.
That's a lot, and not as many for strike as he would have liked.
It's a good looking pitch there. Gets the strike, 2-1. This one hit well to left. Tracking it is Offerdahl. He's in place for out number 1.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to travel maybe a little further coming off the bat, but routine fly ball mostly for Adam Offerdahl for the first out of the inning.
Cam Schmidt walked and scored in the second. Takes pitch down and in here, 1-0. This one ripped right back through the middle. Base knock with 1 out for Cam Schmidt.
That ball right down the middle, left a little up. And Schmidt does a nice job of putting it into shallow center field for the base wrap.
Andrew Enck watches that one fall away down and outside, 1-0. Called strike, and Perry will throw down to Schmidt over at first. Schmidt drives back safely.
Yeah, and they keep him definitely close at the bag, but I just like how aggressive Pierre is behind the plate. He's not afraid to challenge the base runner.
Good fastball for a strike, and Strouse ahead in the count, 1-2. Check the runner, and diving back safely is Schmidt.
Well, we've seen Edina be aggressive too on the base pass here so far early this afternoon. And Strouse doing a good job of keeping Schmidt close to the bag.
Fastball misses low. 2-2. Slow curveball, given a high ride down the right field line. Garlick catches it in foul territory. Round number 2.
Yeah, a nice job by Garlick, just keeping his eye on the ball and coming over into foul ground to get that ball.
He's got plenty of speed,
yep.
And this one was hanging up there a long time. And
good second out.
Gets there for out number 2. Now the designated hitter Jonathan Bunce.
Come hither.
Hither?
Come hither. Nice pitch.
Just floats that in there, the curveball, but it's called the strike. Goes to the curveball again. This one ripped foul. 0-2.
He turned on that one down the line too, just a little bit foul. With the jump he got, that may have been a run had that stayed fair.
Go battle.
Oh-2 pitch. Goes back to the curveball, and this one deeper down the line and foul. Might not want to keep leaving that curveball there for Bunce. He's going to straighten one out.
And he hit both of those sharp. The second one fairly long way.
Fastball low. There it is, too low in the dirt. Stopped by Peary, but good jump by Schmidt. He's in easily at second.
Again, Edina being aggressive on the bases, getting that runner in scoring position. But Strouse ahead in the count at 1-2.
This one shot back to the mound. Strouse to Ness for out number 3. So 1 out single, left stranded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, Edina 2, Coon Rapids 1.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
Hennon's in the house. Or out of the house, I suppose.
We let him out every once in a while.
Hennon's in the sun.
He's leaving. I think doesn't he have a contract? He's got to go get you some suntan lotion.
Yeah,
so
right.
About the third inning and that. Yeah.
Meat of the order due up for the Cardinal lineup here in the third. Jackson Bates, Nick Lockinen, and Bryce Peterson, the scheduled hitters, to face Richie Holitz. And Holitz, boy, has he done a nice job.
He's been efficient.
Maybe a few more pitches than he would like, but the ratio is outstanding. Unofficially,
of course,
through 2 innings, 41 pitches, 31 for strikes.
That's pretty good.
1-1 pitch, grounded back up the middle. The throw over in time for out number 1.
Matthew Enck at shortstop, making a nice play. And a bullet over to Cam Schmidt at the bag.
Nick Lockinen, a single and a run scored. Only run scored so far for the Cardinals. Thought about it, but that pitch falls off the table and ends up low for ball 2. Called a strike at the knees, 2-1. This one hit to the left side, backhanded stab by Matthew Enck. The throw in time to Cam Schmidt for out number 2.
Boy, that was nice because he backhanded. He had a long way to go over to the bag at first, but this is a solid, strong throw across the diamond to Cam Schmidt for the out. That was an impressive play from your shortstop.
That's why he got that position.
That's probably correct. That's why I never
Just
played shortstop. I never played shortstop.
I'm having trouble with the lips today and the tongue, the whole talking thing. First pitch, right back to the pitcher. Nice snag by Holitz. Will just flip over to Schmidt in a very quick bottom of the third. We go to the fourth. Edina leading this one 2-1. You're watching live baseball on CTN.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hot shot on the first pitch, right back to Holitz. A nice snare. Makes it look easy with the underhanded flip over to his first baseman, Cam Schmidt. First 1-2-3 inning we've seen on either side of the ledger.
Yeah, that was impressive. Those 2 nice plays, especially that second one by your shortstop, and then the nice snag by your pitcher to get the third out.
I know sooner did we talk about Holitz's pitch count than he got in and out of an inning pretty quickly. State pitches. Jay Shockrek, the number 9 hitter, will lead things off, and first pitch strike from Brandon Strouse.
Oh, nice pitch there.
I'm telling you, it's a good-looking curveball as long as he doesn't leave it hanging over the middle of the plate like he did a couple of times to Bunce. That one's good though. Inside, low, and if you can get it to fall down and away to that right-handed hitter that goes chasing it, that's a good-looking pitch.
Yeah, Chakra.
Definitely a big difference in the momentum on that pitch and his fastball. Fastball was up, and this one skied on the right side of the infield. Ness will come in, call off, and he'll drop it. And the first error against the Cardinals.
Yeah, looking up into that high sky, just popped out of his glove. Had to back up a little bit on it. I don't know if the sun was bothering him. Whatever it was, unfortunately, could not hold on to it.
So new life for Chockrek, who stands at first base. Top of the order here for the Hornets. Matthew Enck, a 2-run double his last time up. First time facing Strouse. Fastball planted down the line in right. Garlick will get to it quickly and relay it to second base. And they'll hold Enck to a single, but Chockrek able to move over to third, runners at the corners with nobody out.
Well, and that's the key. That error hurts you because now you've got runners at the corners and with, as you mentioned, with nobody out, and an opportunity for Edina to try and increase this lead. But Matthew Enck having a nice day at the plate, having a nice day in the field.
Yeah, he wasted no time. First pitch was a fastball, belt high, and he drove it down the line to right. Looked like he was going to go join the Cardinal huddle.
Well, no, I think he was going to go across to third and talk to the manager, but he said, nah. Carter Freeman, head coach for the Hornets, said, back to first.
It'll bring up center fielder Charlie Fischer, a strikeout and a walk so far in the contest. Now with runners at the corners, nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. Pitch well up. Not going to tempt him with that one. Good movement from outside to inside,
yeah,
but it misses down and in, 2-0.
Yeah, it didn't miss by much.
He's got some good stuff. He changes his tempo well and definitely has some pitches that move. This one, high fly to left. Offerdahl is tracking, makes the catch, tagging, heading for home is Chockrek. He will be in safely. A sacrifice fly for Charlie Fischer makes it a 3-1 lead.
Again, that error comes back to hurt you now, where they're able to increase that lead by 2.
And now Carter Thies. Walk and a fly out. What a throw by Peary, and apparently Enck able to slide underneath the tag by Bates. It looked pretty good.
It looked really good.
He got a good jump, but a great throw down from Peary, and evidently a better slide from Enck.
It must have been, because it looked like, from our angle anyway, it looked like he had him. Take another look at that. It's a nice throw from Peary, right on the money. It's hard to tell.
Strouse comes back with a strike, evens the count to Thies at 1-1. There's that curveball, but just misses outside. One fouled back, 2-2.
And with one away, certainly Strouse would love to get the hitter at the plate here. Get that second out, then get out of the inning with just the 1 run.
Misses high, and the count is full. First 3-ball count for Strouse since coming in the last inning. This one skied right side. Another chance for Ness underneath it. Moves to his right, and another one falls.
Well, it's got to be that Sun's got to be playing havoc because he's looking right into it. But that's now 2 this inning.
And certainly not easy to keep that from affecting your focus in the game. But new life still for these Hornets as Matthew Nunn steps in, a walk and a ground out in his 2 plate appearances.
You catch those 2 balls, you're out of the inning without any damage.
High pop up on the other side in foul territory. Locking in, tracking, makes the catch. That's a big out for the Cardinals.
That's huge. You get that second out now with runners at first and second. You just have to be concerned with that hitter at the plate. Try and get out of this inning without further damage. But Nick with a nice play coming over from third base to record that out in foul territory.
It'll bring up left fielder Drew Schmidt. Walked in the first, and then a fly ball pretty well hit to left field, but tracked nicely by Adam Offerdahl. That leading off the third. Good fastball at the knees, strike 1. What do we talk about placement on that curveball? That is not where you want you wanted that one to be placed.
No, that is certainly not where you were looking to throw that pitch.
Hit batter will load up the bases here with 2 away. That one just didn't break.
No.
Now Cam Schmidt, who singled his last time up. Try and find a hole and push the lead even higher. Hornets up 3-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Fastball hit well to left, but Offerdahl tracks it and puts it in his glove to put this inning in the books. Couple of errors, an unearned run, and a 3-1 lead for Edina as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Coon Rapids started the scoring in the bottom half of the 1st inning. RBI single by Caleb Ness. Tried to make it 2 runs, and unfortunately the second one is the 3rd out at the plate. But Edina came back with a 2-run double by Matthew Enck to take the lead in the top of the 2nd inning. They add 1 more on a sacrifice fly in the 4th and lead now 3-1 as the Cardinals get set to bat in inning number 4.
Yeah, and this is a situation, again, the Cardinals just with a couple, well, 3 hits in the game as well does Edina, but You're talking about the walks, which has really hurt Coon Rapids here.
Well, it's the two errors.
And then I was just going to say, and then the 2 errors.
Last run unearned. Braden Farley, Caleb Ness, and Ryan Garlick to hit for the Cardinals. First pitch rolled to second. Enck to Schmidt, out number 1.
Quick out in the field for Edina.
Well, and that's outs on 3 straight pitches for Richie Holitz. Caleb Ness, again, an RBI single his first time up. Looks at one down and in. Fastball at the knees, evens it up 1-1. One kind of handcuffed him a little bit, and he fights it off foul, 1-2.
Well, we talked about Holtz working slowly in that first inning, but not since. He's not wasting much time at all.
Another one fouled down towards first. First base coach Brett Boxwell getting some fielding opportunities down there.
Got a chance to move around a little bit.
Another one fouled off and out of play. Ness would definitely like to take out some of his frustrations on a pitch here.
Yes, he would.
1-2, another foul out of play. If nothing else, he is going to make Holitz work.
Yeah, get his pitch count up a little bit.
Down low. And with the next pitch, Holitz will have thrown as many pitches to Ness here as he threw in all of the 3rd inning.
Well, that didn't miss by much.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a tough take right there. But Ness wisely lays off, and it's 3-2. This one foul, and it will also hook out of play.
Well, quality at bat for Caleb Ness. He's definitely making Holitz work for this at bat.
4 2-strike fouls. Pitch 10 is called the strike in the outside edge, and that is out number 2. And now Ryan Garlick. Another look at that strikeout pitch. Clip in the corner. Garlick is strikeout victim his first time up. Fastball misses low, 1-0.
Nice pitch there. Even it up. So you mentioned Garlick getting his first varsity start here this evening.
Off-speed pitch fooled him a little bit, and he was late on the swing and falls behind 1-2. Holitz able to get him to swing at a curveball in the dirt for strike 3 last time. See if he tries to tempt him with something down out of the zone again here.
Tempted him.
Goes with the fastball, and it misses. Holitz, I think, thought that was going to be called because he was starting his trot for the dugout. Instead, back to the hill, kicks and fires a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, back-to-back strikeouts, and 8 straight retired now by Holitz. Edina back at the plate with a 3-1 lead in the 5th when we return on CTN.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking?
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls, second.
Are you orange?
Back at Ken Sundstrom Field here at the Cardinal Sports Complex. Edina, a 3-1 lead. Andrew Enck leading off this 5th inning. This one rolled to short, and it got underneath Jackson Bates. And
I think Bates thought it was going to take a hop.
And I tell you what, Brandon Strouse is not getting much help at all.
No, he's definitely not. Right through the wickets.
Since he's come in.
The 3rd error.
That's the 3rd error. He's given up 2 hits, no walks. He did hit a batter. But yeah, 3 errors on the home team in the last 2 innings. Fastball misses into Bunce, 1-0.
Yeah, certainly on a play that Bates would love to have back. That's one he normally makes.
Well, and I think both pop-ups.
Oh, there's no question.
Ness typically makes those catches.
Yes. No question, Mr. Yund. Like we talked about, made a couple of nice defensive plays in that loss to Centennial.
I don't know what happened. Lockinen getting jeers from the fans, gave a little bow. I missed whatever it was. Big smile on his face over there at 3rd, though. Bunce shows bunt, drops it down.
It's going to stay fair. Nope.
No, it rolled foul just in front of 3rd base. And that was a wise move by Lockinen to try and let it roll. It looked like it might backfire, but rolled foul just before the 3rd base bag.
And then head coach Carter Freeman, who was coaching over there at 3rd, was willing that ball to stay fair. He was jumping up and down at the end of that.
Well, if it even clips the outside part of the bag, then it's fair. But instead, it's 1-1, and that's a strike. 1-2.
Oh, we've seen the Hornets being aggressive on the base pass. We'll see what Andrew Enck here does as he's over at the first base bag with a little bit of a lead.
They'll throw down to check on him and made it back just in time. Good throw, good sweep tag attempt by Ness, but Enck gets a finger back before the tag. Curveball hit to the left side, stopped up by Lockinen, gets up and throws.
Oh.
Good play by the third base minder, and Ness there to reel it in for out number 1.
Yeah, that was a stellar defensive play by Nick Lockinen, as he goes full to the ground on that, able to get up and still throw the runner out at the bag at first. Just a stellar defensive play.
And now Jay Chokrack reached on an error and scored in the 4th. He skies this one to left, drifting into foul territory as Offerdahl. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Nice job by Offerdahl to run over and track that ball in foul territory. We have seen Garlick make a nice play in foul territory and right, and now Offerdahl one and left. Recording out.
Back to the top of the order. Matthew Enck, 2 for 3. Single, a double, a couple RBI. Curveball drops in, strike 1.
Yeah, a dangerous hitter at the plate for Coon Rapids for sure, especially with a runner in scoring position. You don't want to let him get anything that he can drive.
Goes back to the curveball, and this one fired out to center. Farley has it measured, makes the catch for out number 3. So leadoff man gets on by error, but he is left stranded. It does not come back to hurt the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Edina 3, Coon Rapids 1. You're watching live high school baseball on CTN.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes.
Right?
I mean, like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, yeah, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did you?
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Richie Holitz holding on to a 3-1 lead for the Hornets. He has retired 8 in a row and 9 of the last 10.
Yeah, he's pitched a very solid baseball game here this afternoon.
Just one runner since the first inning, and that was by error. Starts out against Offerdahl and jumps ahead quickly 0-2. Time called before the pitch.
A good spot here for Holitz, being ahead in the count 0-2. He's got a number of pitches he can throw here.
That one in the dirt, 1-2.
Holitz told Nunn to tag him just in case. They called him, said that he went around on that.
Did go around that time, and Good scoop behind the plate by Nunn. It's not how you...
I meant to do that.
Rotstein run over by Offerdahl on his way back to the dugout. Another look at it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I wasn't watching.
I was just thinking about my strikeout, not paying attention.
Rotstein with a pop up to first. His first and only at bat thus far. Good fastball at the knees, strike one. Late on the fastball, 1-2.
Yeah, and Holitz doesn't seem to be losing any steam here. Doing a good job of staying ahead in the count.
That one fought off, out of play. This one chopped back through the middle of the infield, in on it is Enck. The throw in time to Schmidt for out number 2.
Yeah, Enck had to make sure he made a nice play to get Rotstein coming down the line.
Back to the top of the order for the Cardinals. Kirby Peary ground out and a strikeout. And the Cardinals' need for a 2-out rally is becoming more desperate. The number of outs dwindling here. Now they had all 3 of their hits came in the first inning.
Well, you got to credit Holitz with that, just being aggressive and controlling from the mound, not letting Coon Rapids do anything with the bat.
Fastball, and Kirby hitting himself in the head. Give him a minute to walk that one off.
You don't see that too often.
Off the ground, off the side of the head. Well, at least it was the side of the head,
Yep.
and it didn't come up and get him in the face.
Yep.
This one grounded to third base and just kind of crossed Theus up. Big turn by Peary, but he'll stay there. I'm going to assume they're going to call that an error, because I'm not even sure what happened with Theus. Just kind of.
I don't think he got his glove down just where he wanted it to.
It was just weird. They just kind of the.
They haven't scored it either way yet.
First pitch swinging, Bates trying to drop it down the line, but it hooks foul.
A good thought there by Bates.
Strike one. They're still trying to determine whether that was a hit or an error. Kind of waved at it as it went by. It was so weird. And because of the glare on our monitor, it's really hard for us to see it. Somebody who's watching at home, just give us a call.
Yeah, what's your cell phone?
763-555-8432. Now they have determined it was a hit.
Yeah.
So a single for Kirby Peary. That one skips away from Matthew Nunn, and Peary will quickly scoot over to second on the pass ball.
Big at bat for Bates here. You talked about the fact that they're running out of outs in this situation. Now you have a runner in scoring position. A 2-1 count on Jackson Bates. Pretty good hitter.
This one hit right back to Holitz, knocks it down, throws it over to Schmidt. for out number 3. Cardinals get a hit but leave a man stranded at second. They still trail 3-1 as we go to the 6th inning on CTN.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Here's another look at it. And it just took a weird hop on him.
Yeah, it really did.
And that's, I think, why they decided it was a hit. Thought he had it squared up, and it hopped to his left and evaded his glove. I did get a text, though, from my son who said, missed it to the left, but it was fieldable, should have been an error. Not how they rolled it in the dugout and on the scoreboard. I'm just impressed that I made the watch list.
Well, yeah, no, and there are a lot of reasons I think your son is a great kid. There's another one right there. He's just
helping out.
Helping out, but I thought he was supposed to be studying.
Well, you can study and watch baseball.
Okay.
Lord knows. Did a lot of that in college.
I watched a lot of baseball, but not much studying.
Most of the Twins World Series in '91, I was had on as I was dutifully studying.
That's what you call it.
Until Gene Larkin hit the fly ball to left field that allowed Dan Gladden to come home with the series-winning run, and then I stopped studying for the night.
I wasn't studying at that particular time, but I was celebrating, no question.
So 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Edina here in the 6th. Charlie Fischer sacrifice fly his last time up. Looks at a pitch outside.
Well, as you mentioned last inning, Brandon Strouse doing a nice job as coming in relief for Logan Severson. As you talked about, didn't get some help from his fielders behind him.
Well, his 4th inning of work now. And yeah, he's done a nice job, giving up a couple of hits, no walks, no strikeouts, but a couple of errors. Only run he's allowed is unearned. This one hit hard but foul and out of play. And actually, that last inning, gave up the error, which was a kind of slow roller that somehow got between the wickets on Jackson Bates. And he bounced right back, got the next 3 batters, finished the inning with just 10 pitches. So his pitch count is still in a good spot here. 45 coming into the inning through 3. 15 an inning, that's not bad.
Nope. Respectable.
Unfortunately, he starts off his 4th inning of work with a walk to Charlie Fischer. Now Carter Thies walked, flew out, and reached on an error. Cardinals would love a double play.
They would.
We have yet to see them turn to double play.
We have not.
Now would be a good time.
This would be a perfect time for it. You're so astute.
And not a homer at all. As I wear my bright red Coon Rapids sweatshirt.
Nice pitch.
Fastball on the outside edge, 0-1. High fly ball to short left field. Offerdahl comes in, makes the catch for out number 1.
Offerdahl calling off Bates as he's coming back from a shortstop position. This is mine. I've got it. Got the wheels to make it in.
Matthew Nunn 0 for 2. Last time up, popped out in foul territory behind third base. Breaking pitch down and in, 1-0. Now misses just outside, 2-0. High fly, very short center. Out is Bates, in, and it drops between all 3 of them.
I'm not sure if that's a lack of communication or just ball fell in the right spot between 3 players.
Yes and yes.
Yeah. Well, meeting at the mound here. The infielders coming in. That would be Aiden Surik as a courtesy runner over at the bag at first and was in earlier in the game.
Drew Schmidt hit by a pitch last time up, now with 2 on and only 1 away here in the top of the 6th. First pitch drives it toward the gap in left center. It'll fall. Farley quickly to the middle of the infield. It's an RBI single. Pushes the Edina lead to 4-1.
Yeah, just doing a nice job manufacturing runs here this afternoon. Solid line drive to the outfield. Still just 1 away.
Just jumped on the first offering and drove it between the outfielders. So now Cam Schmidt with runners at the corner, still only 1 out. First pitch, lifts it to center. Farley to his left, makes the catch. Tagging and coming to the plate is Surik. He will score. Sacrifice fly makes it 5-1.
Yeah, here later in the game, Edina doing a nice job of opening up their lead. Certainly, Coon Rapids has helped them get to this lead with a number of errors.
Andrew Enck walked and scored back in the 2nd. Reached on an error in the 4th, or in the 5th rather.
Nice pitch at the knees.
Curveball drops off a little early, skips in front of the plate. Nice stop by Peary. Make sure that the runner at first, Schmidt, doesn't have any opportunity to advance. 1-1 count now with 2 out. Ooh, that was a good look. And a pickoff for Brandon Strouse finishes the inning. This is a great pivot and a big smile on his face as he heads back to the dugout. That'll end the inning, but Edina gets 2 more. They lead 5-1 here in the middle of the 6th.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So the lead pushed to 4 for Edina, and they will go to their bullpen to try and close this one out. Again, a team that's 4-1 on the year, trying to move to 5-1 with a win here against the Cardinals. But Howie, seems to me on Thursday afternoon, we were at a baseball game and the visiting team was leading 5-1.
That was correct.
Middle of the 6th inning.
That is correct.
And the home team came back to win 6-5 in extra innings.
Well, let's hope that happens.
I'm just saying, it could happen.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have most definitely happened. I would rather see 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th.
I would as well.
And then a quick 1-2-3 top of the 7th. But I don't really get to, my vote doesn't really count.
When does it count?
New pitcher, Will Haben, will face Lockinen, Peterson, and Farley. Quickly behind in the count, 2-0.
Haben's thrown in a couple of contests this season.
Lockinen fouls that one off, 2-1.
Right to Boxwell. There's a lot of work over there.
I was going to say, they just want to keep him active.
I keep him
younger member of the coaching staff.
Correct.
Want to make sure he stays on his toes. This one hit solidly into short right field. Leadoff single for Nick Lockinen, his second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, exactly the way that Coon Rapids wants to start here in the bottom half of the 6th. Get that leadoff runner on with a solid base hit. Getting up.
Don't have to tear the cover off the ball. Just hit it where they aim.
Absolutely.
And now Bryce Peterson looking for his second hit of the ball game. Takes a pitch outside, 1-0. Up high, 2-0. Good fast ball, makes it 2-1.
Oh, nice game for Richie Holitz. Pitched into the 6th.
Misses outside, 3-1. Got just a piece of it, fouled to the backstop. Count is full. Another one fought off, foul, and adding to the neighbors' collection.
They probably have a nice collection over the years.
Swung through me, got a piece of it, but Nunn squeezes it for out number one.
Yeah, Peterson's not happy with himself.
Braden Farley with one out and one on. First pitch popped up right in the middle of the infield. Coming over is Schmidt from first. He squeezes it for out number two.
Yeah, quick out for Farley at the plate. Bring up Caleb Ness with the opportunity to see if he can, with two away, keep this inning going. Runner on first.
Ness with an RBI single back in the first inning, and then a 10-pitch strikeout in the fourth when he really battled with Holitz. This time first pitch rolled slowly to second. Enck underhands it over, and just in time to record out number three. So leadoff single, but then Haben able to get him 1-2-3 after that. We go to the seventh. It's Edina 5, Coon Rapids 1 on CTN.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know, I
was.
heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Look at that last out.
That was close.
Very close. And you wonder about Enck deciding with the underhand toss.
Yeah, he made it closer than maybe it had to be, but did get the out.
No, I think he was safe.
I think he might have been as well. Oh, it was close.
Boy, it looks like the foot's hitting the bag right at the same time the ball is impacting the glove, but so Enck was at the plate with a 1-1 count when Strouse picked off the runner at first to end that last inning. So Enck, Bunce, and Chakrik, the scheduled hitters here in the seventh. Good pitch there at the knees, 0-2. This one back to Brandon. He
took a little while.
It was a little scary. His underhanded toss was maybe a little bit lower and made a little bit of worry, but he made a nice grab to stick it, and then just bowled it over to Ness, and a little lower than he wanted to,
yeah.
But got the job done.
Yes, he did. Got the out. That's all that matters.
Correct. Curveball fouled back to the backstop. Fastball in for a strike. 0-2.
Yeah, good job of staying ahead in the count.
Really nice start to this inning for Brandon Strouse. His 5th inning work after Severson lasted just 2 innings as a starter. Just struggled to find the strike zone and racked up the pitch count quickly. But a nice outing in relief for young Mr. Strouse. Unfortunately, some errors in the field and an inability to add to their run total.
They've had, they had some opportunities. Just the 1 run here this afternoon.
And nothing since that first inning. Well, and a lot of that is credited to Holitz.
That's yours, Jan.
Oh, I was almost there. So we'll try again at 2-2. Up and in, and it's full count.
Yeah, and Bunce had to back away a little bit from that pitch. High and inside.
Bunce fights that one off. Good battle going here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Bunce looking for his first base hit in 4 trips today. This one rolled softly back to Strouse. He goes overhand this time. It looked a lot better.
It did. It did. He's made a few plays in the field, having to throw a runner out the base. 2 away.
And now number 9 hitter, number nine, Jay Shockrek, who plays the number 9 position. Number 9.
Number 9.
Swing and a miss.
For number 9.
For number 9. Number 9?
Getting late. Number 9.
Number 9. Oh, our high school audience. What is their obsession with the number 9? Look it up online.
I was going to say, look it up, kids.
Google number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Down and in, 1-1. And I guarantee if you Google number 9,
you'll find it.
The first thing that will pop up is the Beatles. This one hit hard but foul. 1-2.
Maybe we could have somebody call in and give us the answer to it. Do you have any more of those Joe Young fishing lures left?
No, I gave the last few away at the autograph signing you neglected to show up to this summer.
Oh, really? I didn't get the invite.
Well, it was you were the star attraction. Everybody showed up.
They didn't
wanting,
pay me enough. That's right.
Everybody showed up wanting Shapiro's autograph. Had to settle for
a fishing lure.
A Joe Young fishing lure.
I've used that lure though. Yeah, I've caught a lot of fish with that lure.
You're the only one.
Yeah, I caught a boot with it once too.
More likely. This one skied in the middle of the infield and drifting into foul territory. Peary can't track it. And it falls, and Shockrek will get another chance. Looked like that was going more toward the pitcher's mound when it started.
And then ended up on the foul line.
It just kind of drifted on Kirby at the last second and out of his reach. And really, that's one Lockenin's got to call him off of.
Yeah, it's an easier play for Lockenen than it is for Pierre.
beautiful curveball from Brandon Strouse, and it makes no never mind because that froze Shockwreck. And a good strikeout, a nice outing for Brandon Strouse, but the Cardinals need the bats to answer quickly. They trail by 4, going to the bottom of the 7th on CTN.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
It's the final countdown.
The final countdown.
At the Cardinal Sports Complex. Coon Rapids needs a big answer here, down 4. Going to the final at-bat, Ryan Garlick will lead things off, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Will Haben, who came in relief in the last inning, gave up a leadoff single, but then retired the Cardinals 1-2-3 and got 3 outs on 3 pitches.
Did.
Comes out firing heat. Fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, trying to close this win out for Edina. They're looking to move to 5-1. The one lost to Bloomington Jefferson. That was last Thursday, 10-7. They lost to the Jaguars.
Pitcher's duel. 3-1 pitch rolled through the right side, and Garlick will have a leadoff single.
His first varsity hit. As we're here in the bottom half of the 7th
I know
inning.
that'll make Ryan feel a little bit better after the 2 strikeouts.
Yep.
Now Adam Offerdahl tried to turn that leadoff single into a bit of a rally, because the Cardinals needed down 4 here in the final inning. Good fastball for a strike. Inside, 1-1. Wind picking up a little bit and changing, coming in now from right field.
Keep brushing them back a little.
Tight again, 2-1.
Xander Parr on deck for Coon Rapids to get the opportunity to bat next.
This one off the handle, popped into foul territory. Good jump on it by Cam Schmidt. Catch it over in front of the Hornets dugout. Saw Parr play on Thursday.
We did.
He's a sophomore. I was going to say the only sophomore, but no longer the case with Garlick getting the call up today. Pitch misses outside, 1-0. Called strike, and they bluffed the throw down, and Garlick back. Garlick's got some wheels.
He does.
Takes a healthy lead and a big second. This one looped into left, but it's going to hang up plenty long for Schmidt to get under it for out number 2. And the Cardinals down to their final out.
They are, and again, been in a tough situation all day long, just not been able to get the bats going. 6 hits in the game, but 3 of those in the first inning.
Big rip from Peary on the first pitch, and that is over the head of Fischer. Garlick is going to be told to round. He will come home to score an RBI double for Peary.
Kirby jumped on that pitch, and it gave that one a ride over the head of Charlie Fischer in center field. Keep this opportunity alive for the Cardinals, down 3 now.
With 2 outs, you can see before it was even really on the ground behind Fischer, you could see that Garlick was already around second. Certainly no chance to keep him from scoring.
That hit him.
Bates hit by the first pitch. And now Lockinen comes up.
Coach Carter Freeman pacing the dugout a little bit. I think we're going to see some, actually I think we're going to see Bunce warm up for the Hornets. Actually, it's going to be
Lockinen 2 for 3.
Yeah, good hitter for the Cardinals
Another
to be
pitch
up.
outside, 2-0.
Joe, sorry, Joe. Good hitter to be up in this instance for Coon Rapids. He's had a nice afternoon at the plate.
And now high 3-0. Taking all the way, called a strike at the knees, 3-1. Lockinen representing the tying run, but 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Down low, ball 4, and they're all loaded up for Bryce Peterson.
Yeah, he's been trying to pitch himself out of this situation. Coach Freeman looking to take a walk to the mound, and he is. I wonder if he's going to pull him after this.
Bryce Peterson, a single in the first, a ground out to the pitcher, and a strikeout since then.
And Carter Freeman taking that slow walk to the mound, allowing Zurich to warm up a little bit more.
Give his lefty as much opportunity as possible.
Yeah, here he comes.
Just needs to get 1 out without the runner from first getting around. That's typically something that you hope your reliever will be able to do. We'll step away while he gets warmed up. We'll be back with the conclusion of the 7th inning after this.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
So Aiden Sirik on to try and close the door. Bryce Peterson trying to keep this 2-out rally going. Good pitch right at the knees on the outside edge. 0-1.
Peterson taking that first pitch, kind of see what that offering from Sirik will be.
Curveball, and that frozen, buckled his knees and fell right back through the zone, and now it's 0-2. That was pretty filthy.
That was nasty.
Goes back to the curveball, gets him swinging. 3-pitch strikeout for Sirik. A 5-2 win for the Edina Hornets.
Well, he came and did his job. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And that closes it out for the Hornets. They're going to take the 5-2 win, even though the Cardinals out hit them 7-5. It's those the walks and errors in the field that really hurt you, and Cardinals are going to drop to 1-2.
And the Cardinals only able to bookend the scoreboard with a run in the first and a run in the 7th. Most afternoons, you're going to need more than 2 runs to score victories. Your pitching staff is going to need more assistance in the field, as you mentioned. Yep. Eliminate the 3 errors. That's certainly going to help you out. Your starter came in and had some trouble finding the zone, had far more walks than he wanted to, but you got to have more offense if you want to win ball games.
Yeah, you really do, and you know, even though the 7 hits, again, it's just not the situation that you fell into, and they're going to regroup and go back to work next week.
Well, we will regroup, and we will be back at work next week. Get to see the softball team for the first time. That on Tuesday as they take on Armstrong. Then on Thursday, we're going to do some more baseball out at Andover against the Huskies. And we'll see the baseball team again on Monday the 7th. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Ken Sundstrom Field, it's Edina 5, Coon Rapids 2. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.